Today we're going to dive into the world of 3D printer filaments with this SainSmart PETG high-speed filament. This stuff promises glossy prints, high strength, and high speed all at the same time. But let's find out if it really lives up to that hype. Let's go do that. So I'm going to share some B-roll of the prints that I did. This filament is from SainSmart. It is a 1.75 PEG filament, which is a popular choice for 3D printing due to its durability and ease of use. It boasts a glossy finish, almost like you can kind of see through it, high toughness, and dimensional accuracy of 0.004, which is kind of crazy. They also claim it's optimized for high-speed printing, so theoretically we should be able to pump out prints faster. It comes in a variety of colors, but today we're looking at the classic white. So it arrived in a vacuum bag. The spool itself is nice and solid. Everything is wound perfectly. I had no issues whatsoever in terms of feeding, so that first impression is positive. So right off the bat, I tried to find some prints which were specifically designed for doing this. So obviously we have the classic print test there. I printed out this guy. Look how cool this thing is. I think this came out really cool. I find him very funny. But look at the sheen and listen how solid that is. That's really cool. Now, as I was researching to print this, it seemed to me like this material would be a little more difficult to work with, but I really didn't find that at all. The only thing I did find, because I'm like, let's say an advanced beginner intermediate printer, but a lazy one, so I don't get really into the settings and that kind of stuff. I make sure I buy prints will work just, out of the box without me adjusting things, right? And so I found prints that were specifically designed for PETG printing, and I found settings for the filament that just went straight into my printer, no issues whatsoever. So I did print it, but I definitely didn't do it at a super high speed. I got the impression, I did a couple where I tried to do it at a super high speed and they didn't really work as well as I would like. So I went back to a kind of normal speed, which is still pretty fast, and I had no issues with that. So as you look at these things up close, you're going to see that they have that nice glossy finish. I don't do a whole lot of trimming. I try to show you this stuff the way it came out of the printer. So there's definitely a little bit of stringing, which would be so easy to clean up, but I just kind of try to be fair about that, pull it out of the printer and show you. They definitely are nice and tough. My personal opinion is that the dimensional accuracy looks spot on to excellent. I didn't measure it throughout, but I had no issues whatsoever, and I think the prints came out great. Overall, I have to say I was really impressed with it, but for myself, the use case is kind of limited. Like, it's really designed for more of these like pretty cool looking projects. So I tend to do more like GoPro mounts and that kind of stuff that I can print out quickly, that's nice and durable, maybe not quite as pretty as this. And those things didn't seem to have instant setups in the PETG format. But if you were going to do things like vases and flowers and miniatures or something like that, or maybe things for a drone, I think there's a lot of use case for this. Just in my personal life, not exactly fit for what I like, but I had no issues with it whatsoever. Quality-wise, did everything it was supposed to. It worked the way it was supposed to. So I'm going to say I would highly recommend it if you want some really cool looking artwork to print out, or you have some function that really takes some precise printing. I think this would be great for you. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.